Hey, welcome to the Stephanie G Show. I am your host, Stephanie G, and boy, do we have a great show lined up for you today. I'm sitting down talking with Miss Sylvia White. She is an author, a motivational speaker, and the CEO of her own nonprofit organization called Vision Kids. We are going to sit down and talk about her upcoming book called The Key to Your Destiny, The Heart of Faithfulness. So why don't you join me on the Stephanie G Show as we talk with Miss Sylvia White.
It's time for the Stephanie G Show. Okay. Welcome to the Stephanie G Show. Stephanie, do your thing, girl. Come on.
This is our life. Celebration, celebration. This is our life. Celebration, celebration.
Hello, my name is Sylvia White, and I'm the author of The Heart of Faithfulness. Many of a man claims to have unfailing love, but a faithful man who can find. Proverbs 20 and 6. You can become very wary in being faithful, especially when faithfulness seems to be a rarity in the church and the world. You must cause yourself to understand that faithfulness is not something you do, but what you live. One must not lose faith. The rewards will come. God is glorified through your faithfulness. Your goal is to be as faithful to God's word as you possibly can, and not allow the standards of others to move you. I've had the privilege in my lifetime to witness faithfulness in many men and women of God, some well known in the world and others not so well known. Nonetheless, their faithfulness to God caused them to reach countless lives. So when you are faithful, your faithfulness does not only reflect on you, but reflect on the people that you are required to make an impact on in your life. Remember that faithfulness is a reward, and when you remain faithful, the reward is great from God.
Hey, I'm sitting here with Miss Sylvia White, the author of this great book, The Key to Your Destiny, The Heart of Faithfulness. First, thank you, Miss Sylvia, for this interview.
Thank you for welcoming me to come to this interview, Stephanie G.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
So let's get right into the book. What compelled you to write about faithfulness?
Well, the book, it didn't start off as a book. It started off on a trip to Ohio, and I was just writing my black news. And what I thought was just, I was reliving my life basically. And something said, the Lord said to me, this was going to be a book. It's going to be a testimony basically of my life. And when I realized that as I stayed faithful to things that God told me to stay faithful to, there was always rewards at the end. And my thing was, people need to know that faithfulness didn't go out. A lot of times people, especially these days, they don't think they should be doing stuff for a long period of time. Okay, let's hit it, miss it, let's go on and move on to something else.
It's the mashed potato society.
Yes, or the microwave society.
Yeah.
So when I realized that was happening, I didn't know if it was going to be a popular book or not popular, but I know I was supposed to write the book. And I did, and I'm still, even now, the book is a year and a half old, and I'm still reaping rewards of faithfulness.
So what is faithfulness? Can you define what's faithfulness?
In Proverbs 26, the Bible says, who can find a faithful man? Somebody that can endure, somebody that will stick to a vision, stick to a dream, stick to with God direction. And because there was a question of who can find it, that means there was a lack of faithful people. And but obviously, God is faithful. So we are His people, and we have a character and we have His character in us. And so I feel like a faithful person is somebody that knows where they're going, and they stick to where they're going, regardless of the trials and the tribulations or the obstacles that may come their way. They stick to it. They don't stop. That'll be the Donald Trump. That'll be the President Obama. That'll be the Stephanie G. That'll be your people who just stay with it for years and years and years, and they get that result because they stuck with it.
That's right. how I know I talked with you a little bit before the show. I was telling you how it's not by coincidence that my pastor is teaching a series on faith and faithfulness, and then I encountered this book about faithfulness as well. And it's the first time I've ever encountered faithfulness. So I know a lot of people, you hear about faith, but you know, faith is different than faithfulness. Faith is believing, and faithfulness is having the will and endurance to pursue, like you said.
Right.
So what can you say to the people who are having trouble with faithfulness, that endurance, that preservation, you know, part?
Well, the Bible said,
Hold on, you know, keep going.
the Word of God says, faith without works is dead. And sometimes we think work means just a minute of work.
Yeah.
But work means just that. You have to work and work at it and work at it and work at it. And that's where the faithfulness comes in. It's a lifestyle. It's not something you just say I do for a minute. It becomes a lifestyle. And when you realize that it's a lifestyle, not just something I do, just like faith is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But you cannot have faith without faithfulness.
That's right.
Because you have to endure faith. Faith, when you're believing for something, and not necessarily mean that it's going to show up right then. Doesn't mean it's going to manifest itself right then. You have to continue to believe and continue to work it and continue to do what it takes to get that result. Because even though God has put his hand on it, he has blown on it, you still as in the flesh have to do something.
That's right.
And I think that's a lot of times when people get mixed up with, you know, faith. They go like, I know I have faith. I know I have faith. I know I have faith.
Yeah.
Yes, you do, but you don't have faithfulness. You don't have
Yes.
endurance. You don't have the power or the will to do the faith. And that's what, you know, that was even with me. You know, I have a lot of faith, but when I realized that there was a difference between when I wanted something and I really truly believe in God for something, I was really working at it. But I'll just say, you know, I need, $50 by such and such. But I'm sitting there, okay, but I'm not doing anything. It doesn't count.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
It doesn't count. I haven't endured anything. I haven't done anything
right. You get it.
to get it, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a process, and that's what I'm learning right now. That it's a process, and if you hold on to it, if you don't give up, you get the results
Right.
through it. Yeah, so, and there's something in a page in the Bible that not I'm talking about in the Bible.
No, not the Bible.
Not in the Bible.
It's inspired by God, but not the Bible.
Yeah, not the Bible. But I love this part where you say that faithfulness does not come with a popularity sticker, but it does come with great rewards. Faithfulness also means that sometimes you may have to take hits from those around, some expected and some not expected. So what do you mean by when you say those hits? Because I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I took some hits, but for the viewers.
When you are being faithful to something God has called you to, or a church God has called you to, or a business God has called you to, it's not going to come without opposition from other people. And sometimes the hits are very hard because they sometimes come from family members or from close friends or people who you just knew was in the game with you, and then you get on this, begin to walk this direction, the path that you believe is for your life, and they're not with you, and it hurts, and sometimes it's not popular, especially when you're in the church. It's not popular that you stay faithful to the ministry, or faithful to your pastor, or first lady. It's not always popular, because especially when your faithfulness says that you're not going to talk about my man or woman of God, not around me, and me not expose you. So, or you're not gonna be talking about the boss on the job, and me not expose you. So when you are, so that's why a lot of times it's not popular, and you sometimes feel isolated.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Sometimes
Like
feel
feel alone in it.
Yeah. And so when it's not, and that hurts, and you have to rely on the fact that you know that God told you to do this. You know that this is where God placed you at. And when you stick to it, my God, the rewards that comes from that is just awesome. And I'm not always talking about money. I'm not talking about always materialistic rewards, but you got a new boldness in you.
Yeah, that's so true.
Now you can
That's
walk
true.
in, and people know your presence just by you walking in the door.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So not always a financial something. We love the financial rewards,
Of course. Money.
Yes, we love when we're blessed with things.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
But when you're blessed with a new boldness in God, knowing His Word, knowing,
Knowing your authority.
knowing your authority, you can walk with authority.
Yeah.
And you have that presence anywhere you go.
You're absolutely right. It's so true. It's so true. So definitely everybody, please, I'm telling you, this is a game changer and a life changer. The Key to Your Destiny, The Heart of Faithfulness with Sylvia White. Where can people purchase this book, Ms.
They
White?
can go get it off of Amazon. It's on Amazon under The Heart of Faithfulness. You can go to, you can email me at sylviawhiteenterprise@gmail.com, and I will get it out to you. And or you can go to no, it's not my website. You can go to those two places.
Now we have to talk about your, I know you're a CEO of your nonprofit organization called Vision Kids.
Yes.
Right? Tell us what is Vision Kids and what's the mission behind it?
Vision Kids is my baby. It is. I started about 6 months ago. It's called Vision Kids Network, and we help children. No, not help. We empower children to find, pursue, and live their visions.
Oh, okay. We
And,
need that.
and as right now we operate in a site in Goose Creek. We have one site in Goose Creek at this time. We will be expanded to different sites, and we operate it 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it is an after-school program, sort of. But we teach kids vision. You know, how to have a vision for your life at an early age. That way, when you're making decisions about your life, it's going to be based on that vision you have.
Yes.
Now I can make a quality decision because I know my decision has a destiny to it. So we've been having a great time with it. We have great partnerships now with the organization and stuff. So
That's good, and that's what kids need nowadays. That's why I always tell my daughter, I want her to get to know who she is right now. She's 13. Right now, and get her vision right now, so it won't be so much delayed.
Right.
You know, when you get older and you're trying to seek and find, what am I supposed to be doing? Start at that process at young age right then. And that's great, Miss Sylvia. You know, I wish you miss plenty of blessings and success. But I want you to also to tell people how can they get in contact with you with Vision Kids if anybody's interested in being sponsorships,
Right.
or either even touch bases on your next event that you're going to be doing.
okay, we are actually. Our website is www.visionkids.com, and we are also on Facebook and Twitter. And we have, if you would like to make donations to Vision Kids, we are doing at GoFundMe.com/Vision Kids Network. You can make a donation to us there, or you can go to our website and make a donation. You can also, we have a product line now, which is called Kids with Vision, where we have t-shirts, and we're getting ready to come out in the spring with a guide to 7 actions of a Kids with Vision. That's going to be coming out in the spring, and that's for parents or organizations if you would like to purchase them to teach at your church or your organization if you have it with children. So you can also do that too.
So everybody, this is a great organization to invest your time and invest your money in as well. And remember, what you do for others, God will make happen for you. That's something to live by. Thank you, Ms. White, for this interview. The great women of God. So definitely get her book and check her out. Check her website out and information about Vision Kids as well. And there we have it, Stephanie G Show, Ms. Sylvia White. Okay, and there we have it, the Stephanie G Show. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Miss Sylvia White as much as I do. And that's what the Stephanie G Show is about. It's about motivating and impacting you, my viewers, to live at your most highest and fullest potential. So definitely get her book, The Heart of Faithfulness. It's a great read. And she's somebody I'm sure is going to be on the bestseller list. So until next time, keep moving forward and stay positive.
It's time for the Stephanie G Show.